guys, Work here. Welcome back to the bench. So recently, if you follow my Instagram, you'd know that I just got a package from CZ Custom. Now I got a couple other parts, but today specifically what we're going to be focusing on is the front sight. Now what I got is this gold outlined front sight. And the reason that I got this is this should help me pick up that front sight a little bit quicker to be able to get shots off a little bit quicker. So we're going to go ahead and replace this sight today. Now the problem is that on the bottom of the sight, you'll notice that it doesn't have the groove for the roll pin. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get the old sight out, then we're going to have to put the new sight in and drill down through my slide to create the groove for the new roll pin, and then we'll put the roll pin in. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do after safety checking is go ahead and disassemble this thing. Let's go ahead and get out our trusty lineman mat. Keep all of our pieces in one place. Put the slide up there out of the way. Yank the spring. Yank the barrel, and there we go. So let's go ahead and grab my block here. This should be adequate enough to be able to punch that pin out. Let's grab my 1/16 inch punch here, and let's go ahead and get the old pin out. And with that, here we can see the old pin. Go ahead and toss it to the side, and let's get the sight out. We will be using a nylon tipped punch from CZ Custom to get that thing out. Let's go ahead and butt it down here, and the reason that we're using a nylon tipped punch is to keep that tritium vial from getting hurt inside this front sight. I do still like these sights, so we're going to keep those intact. Now this sight that I got from CZ Custom is actually a 5.5 millimeter high sight, which is the correct sight for all standard CZ75 sights. Now the reason I know that is because I contacted CZ Custom about it when I ordered it. They were spot on and more than willing to help. So I'm just checking to see what size I need in here to be able to get this drilled out. And as much as I dislike how tight that is, I think that's the right size. That should be a 3/32 inch punch. And I tell you, it fits right down in there. So I think that's what we're going to use. And we're going to go outside to the drill press. But first, let's go ahead and get this one tapped back in. So let's go ahead and point it in the front. Seems like it's going to be a little bit on the tight side, but let's go ahead and see first how far we can get this punched in here. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to take off a little bit of material on the bottom end of that, because that is not wanting to start in there at all. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're just going to get out a piece of really fine grit sandpaper here. We're just going to kind of take some of the finish off the bottom of this. And then once it feels like it's going to go in here, for how easy that other one came out, this one is not being happy. Let's get this to see if we can help start it. Alright, let's see if we can keep going with our punch here. There's some good pounding. It is in there, and hopefully it's happy. So let's go ahead and go out and see if we can get that bad boy drilled out to the point where we can insert that roll pin. But first, we need to get everything clamped down. So let's grab our vise here. Just looking for something to go in there up against the vise jaws to be able to keep everything from hurt the slide. So I'm going to clamp the top and bottom of the slide in here like this. And what that'll do is that will keep my hole perfectly vertical so that when I drill down and through, nothing ends up wanting to walk. I can drill straight down. Really quick, I'm just going to toss a bit of oil in that hole. Let's go drill out a hole. Alright guys, so we got everything drilled out. Everything looks good. So let's go ahead and toss our roll pin back in. Get a little bit bigger of a punch. Let's grab a 3/32 punch to get it down in there. Alright, now that it's started, I'll go ahead and pull it out of my makeshift vise here. I don't want to hurt my slide too much by smacking it around in there. Toss it back in the block. Let's get that thing nice and solid back in here. I'm going to grab my, what is that, a 1/16 punch just to finish us off here. Alright. There we go. And that's it. Now we've got a high-vis front sight in the SP01 here. Let's go ahead and toss everything back together. Get this everything back. Get it back together. Now we have a high-vis yellow front sight on my SP01 Tactical, and it is ready to go for my 2-gun competition next month. So if I didn't tell you guys about this, here in Lafayette at the Wildcat Valley Pistol and Rifle Club, in the first weekend of November, they're holding a fundraiser shoot, and all of the proceeds go to the Honor Flight. So it's a really great cause. And this is going to be my first 2-gun competition. I'm really looking forward to it. I've never had my AR in a competition, and I'm really looking forward to this thing. In addition to that, this will be my first competition where I'm running my SP01. Now, I'm planning some really good modifications for the SP01. Part of that includes this new hammer. But that project is a ways off still. I wanted to get this sight in before the competition date so that I would have them in and could utilize that slight edge. So that's it for this time, guys. Just installing the yellow front sight from CZ Custom. I'll go ahead and link that below. If you've got any questions, go ahead and write those below. I read every single comment that you guys post and respond to almost everyone. And remember, guys, until next time, do your research, get informed, and get to work.